بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. So we are going through the tafsir of Surah Al-Waqi'ah. Allah says والسابقون السابقون أولئك المقربون في جنات النعيم. Yesterday we went through some of the meanings of والسابقون السابقون. They are those who hasten towards good. Ali radiallahu anhu says that they are amongst those people who hurry towards salah, meaning they never are late for salah. They are always on time or before time. And if they are on time or before time for salah, then automatically all the other actions will already be always on time or before time. If a person is late in salah, then he will be late in everything else. So our whole life revolves around salah. Salah is the greatest ibadah. When hadith of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam comes to mind, in which he says, Sabiqun are those people when they are told the right thing, they are told the guidance, then they accept it. Qabilu. When they are asked in the name of Allah, they splash out, they give. These are some of the qualities of the Sabiqun mentioned in different ahadith. Allah says these are the Muqarrabun. Imam Ghazali rahmatullahi mentioned one of the qualities of the Salah of a Muqarrabin. Me and you may feel tired in Salah, in Taraweeh. The Muqarrabin are those people who are tired, but when it comes to Salah, when they stand up for Salah, the tiredness goes away. The other way around. The Prophet ﷺ told Bilal radiallahu anhu, Arihna biha ya Bilal. Oh Bilal, give me comfort through Salah. So I'm tired. And the way to get my tiredness away is not by sleeping, but by standing in front of Allah. Imagine that level of Iman. This we have read of many pious people. Hazrat Maulana Illah Sahib rahimahullah. It is mentioned regarding him, I believe that, mashallah, going here, there for Gash, Jamaat, here, there, Ijtima, programs. And then at night time, the whole Jamaat is tired. So now they cannot wait to go to sleep. And Hazrat make sure everybody is gone to sleep, and then he goes to one corner and starts his salah. Some people, they get up and they say, Hazrat, you're not tired? He says, I am very tired, but this is the way that will take my tiredness away. This is the thing. So that is the salah of a muqarrabun. That they enjoy so much standing, being with Allah, standing in salah, standing in qiyam, that subhanallah, that is the greatest time of the whole day. Fi jannatin na'im. They will be in gardens of blessings, plenty of blessings. Ala sururin mawduna. On couches, dwellings, seatings that are placed specially for them. VIP seats. Today we are talking about these are the first class seats, these are the business class seats. When we are flying and we just look at those seats and we are not booked into that side, and we get happy. Imagine the Jannah class seats. Mawduna. Muttaki'in 'alayha mutaqabilin. They will be leaning there, mutaqabilin, facing one another. So there you won't need a Wi-Fi. You won't need all these media to discuss and to converse and to chat. If the people who used to hang around with were the people who were doing the action of Jannah, they will be there in Jannah with you. Talk to me. Mutaqabilin. You tell the person, brother, talk to me. I'm sitting in front of you. But that's the world today. People, they don't like talking to one another. They will chat to another guy on the other side of the world. But today we have lost the etiquette of talking to one another. So it's like my friends are coming to my house to play on their phones. That's the thing. Nobody's going to talk to me. They're going to come to my house. How are you? How are you? Yeah, nice seeing you. And then that's it, they're on their phones. That's the reality today. Nobody talks to one another. In Jannah, none of this. It's like we are so hooked on to these things. We are so hooked on. And this is a disease. The psychiatrists, the doctors are now researching into this, that it becomes such a disease where people are literally, fantasizing, looking into this type of world, virtual, superficial world. So they cannot get the response which they're looking for. They think the world owes them something. I'm something special in the world. Every person in the world nowadays thinks that I'm somebody special. I am something. And the food I eat, everybody should, give me a comment for it, commend me for it. Everybody eats in the world. But why do you need to check in and show that picture of your food to the world? That's a disease. Everybody goes here and there in the world. Everybody is traveling. But why do you need to check in? That's a disease. You want recognition for every some parts of life which a person is doing. He wants recognition for it. That's a disease. And it's getting worse by the day. Allah save us. When a person is in divine media, he don't need recognition. Allah likes me. If Allah likes my salah, if Allah likes my day, Allah clicks the like button on it, what more do I need? That's the way to get rid of this disease. In Jannah we won't need none of this. Jannah is a place away from this type of disease. We'll literally be enjoying ourselves, facing one another. يَطُوفُ عَلَيْهِمْ وِلْدَانٌ مُخَلَّدُونَ. Little immortal boys will be running around, serving them. Who are these little boys? There are different opinions that are mentioned. Some ulama they mention, according to some narration, are those children who were born to non-Muslim parents, but then they died before maturity. So although the parents didn't have iman, so they will not be in Jannah. But now these children, they didn't do anything wrong. They were still immature. So Allah will make them part of the people of Jannah. So they will also enjoy Jannah, but at the same time they will also serve the people of Jannah. That's one. And some other ulama they mention, no, they are a special creation of Allah which Allah has just made just to serve the people of Jannah. So the people, these wildanum mukhalladun will be running around, bi akwabin, with cups, wa abariq, with jugs of wine, wa ka'sim min ma'in, and glasses of flowing wine, not those wine that has been kept for weeks and months in a cellar and that has totally gone off. And that is the beauty, that is the craze of the world today, where people, the older the wine is, for some reason it's the most high quality it is. That's why back in the day you used to have the wine cellars. In Jannah it's flowing, fresh. لا يصدعون عنها ولا ينزفون. No headache from it, no type of pain from it, and a person will not be intoxicated from it. So intoxicantless, non-intoxicant, and non-aching, just for enjoyment, just for what you need it for. And there will be 3 stages of wine in Jannah. One is a person drinking himself, self-service. I mentioned it the other day. إِنَّ الْأَبْرَارَ يَشْرَبُونَ مِنْ كَأْسٍ. The abrar, the pious people, they will be drinking, serving the wine themselves. And then number 2, the second stage, subhanallah, these boys will be running around with them, serving it to them. I'll pour it for you, I'll give it to you. And in this world you can only maybe have a glass or 2, or whatever you are drinking, you can only take limited. In Jannah you can carry on drinking. No fear of relieving yourself. The Prophet ﷺ mentioned the people of Jannah, they will never have to urinate. They will never have to go to the bathroom, no stool, no evil smell, nothing. So then how would their food would digest? So the Prophet ﷺ will be just a very beautiful, pleasant smell will come out of the tongue, from the mouth, and that will digest everything. So you're just eating upon eating, drinking upon drinking. No worry, today in this world you want to eat more, but then you can't. You know you're going to have problems later. So that fact will stop you from eating more. In Jannah, none of that. In Jannah, just eat without any fear. وَفَاكِهَةٍ مِّمَّا يَتَخَيَّرُونَ. Fruits which you love, which you like, the best ones which you really desire for. Allah is mentioning fruits because fruits are the most natural thing you will get in this world. Everything else that we eat may be artificial, if it's not natural. Fruits and things that come out from the fruit are the most natural you get. Fruits and vegetables, growth. So in Jannah there is nothing artificial, everything is natural. In this world things taste very good. So our children or ourselves as well, we love eating other things, all these different junk foods, we love eating it. But we cannot have that one fruit, never mind 5 a day, we can't even have 1 a day. That is the fact today. Instead of a crisp packet or instead of a chocolate or something, you give your child an apple or a pear or banana. They look down upon it. Is this something really to eat anymore? Allah knows what's going to happen a few years down the line. In Jannah everything is natural. So Allah is giving things which are totally natural. Eat from the tree, not from the factory. Eat from the tree, not from the factory. The more you will eat from the tree, the more healthier you will be. It's not going to add any more years to your life, but it will definitely make the life that you are living more better, more quality. It's not as if a person who is looking after himself, looking after his diet, he's not going to live for another 100 years or more. He's still going to live whatever Allah has written for him to live. But that few years will be much more healthier for him, will be much more quality for him. He'll be able to do much more. Otherwise by the age of 30, 40, a person has already got 10 different illnesses. So we need to be very careful of what we eat. The Prophet ﷺ diet is also something which we need to learn. Babu ma ja'a fi akli Rasulillahi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The ulama, they have kept secluded chapters just on this, the food of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Prophet of Allah is conquering Makkah at the age of 61. He is doing Hajj at the age of 63. No diabetes, no pressure, no cholesterol problem, no heart disease. And hardly any of his hair has become white. To the extent that Anas radiallahu anhu says that you could literally count the white hair on Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They were only about head and his beard put together, just about 20, no more. A person at the age of 63. So if a person says that I saw a person in my dream, I think it was the Prophet of Allah, you tell him how did he used to look like? He said he had a big white beard. He says sorry, that's wrong. The Prophet of Allah never had a big white beard. The person who only had 15, 20 white hair in his hair, how can he have a big white beard? Many people, they say that I've seen the Prophet of Allah in my dream. So we have to tell the brother, how did he used to look like? How was he? Describe me. So I can't describe, I knew he was the Prophet of Allah. But describe it to me. If you knew he was the Prophet of Allah, describe it. This is what Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu said to a person who came to him. A person, he came to Abdullah ibn Abbas and he said, I have seen somebody in my dream. It is the Prophet of Allah. So he said, first tell me how he looked like. So he said, this is how he was. So he said, yes, that is the Prophet of Allah. Another person came and he said, I've seen the Prophet of Allah in my dream. So he said, describe me him. So he described it. He said, no, that is not the Prophet of Allah. Maybe somebody else. Your imagination, you thought he was the Prophet of Allah, but it could be somebody else. So that is why first we need to learn the life of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how he used to look like, how he walked, how he talked, how his appearance was, how his lifestyle was. So when we see him, we recognize him. Why did Imam Tirmidhi rahmatullahi put the chapter of seeing Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam right at the end of his book? He's mentioning over around 55, 56 chapters on everything else of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How he used to look like, how he walked, what clothes he used to wear, his imama, his sitting, his eating, his sleeping, his walking, his leaning, everything he's mentioning. Around 400 hadith he mentions. And then right at the end, the last chapter he says, now you've learned all of this, you've remembered all of this. Now when Allah blesses you with the sight of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam in your dream, now you'll be able to recognize him. Now this is a blessing of Allah. If Allah gives it to somebody, alhamdulillah. If Allah doesn't give it to somebody, it does not mean that a person who sees the Prophet of Allah in his dream, he's some really pious person. That dream will not take him to Jannah. Yes, the actions he do will take him to Jannah. Allah is not going to ask you on the day of Qiyamah that, did you see the Prophet of Allah in your dream? Did you not see the Prophet of Allah in your dream? Piety is not based on that. I know many, many pious people who spend their whole life following each and every sunnah of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but Allah never blessed them with seeing the Prophet of Allah in their dream. They said, we'll see him inshallah in Jannah. We followed his sunnah. Many people, they read all this wazifa and all these du'as and everything. I'm going to see the Prophet of Allah today in my dream and I'm going to make sure. But your job, that is not your job. That is Allah's blessing. Your job is to follow each and every sunnah. How are you eating? How are you walking? How are you talking? How are you living your life? That is what we are meant to do. That is our job. And then inshallah, if Allah blesses us, if Allah thinks that yes, I should bless him with this vision, then Allah will show it. Imam Malik rahmatullahi had such a link with Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam that he himself said it, that I don't remember any night, any time I have ever slept and I have not seen the Prophet of Allah in my dream. Imam Malik. Imam Malik was an amazing personality. We went through the life of him a few months ago. You can listen to the recording. A person who was teaching the ahadith of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, sitting in the masjid of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right next to the grave of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Imam of Medina. He didn't used to go out of Medina. He used to say that if I go out of Medina and I die, I will miss the death of Medina. So he only went out of Medina once for Hajj. And then he became ill. So he made dua to Allah. Oh Allah, this is the only time I'm leaving Medina, I'm getting ill. Am I going to miss my death in Medina? Oh Allah, please. Then Allah brought him back to Medina. He was somebody, his appearance, if you look at the appearance of Imam Malik, somebody who was very, very fair. You get people very fair, very, all white hair. From a young age, they are born with like totally white hair. Everywhere. You get people like this. So he was amongst those type of people. Tall, big guy, big imamah, white person. And as soon as a person saw Imam Malik, he would get a awe. And subhanallah, when he used to come to, any person met him on the street and he said, mention to me a hadith, then he would get really upset. He would get really, is this the respect you have for the hadith of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam? That you are talking to me like this on the streets, on the roads? He said, if you want to listen to my hadith, go home, get ready, have a shower if you need to, put some proper clothes on, come to the masjid of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, learn with full etiquette, full adab, no noise, full adab, everything, everybody sitting, and then I will mention to you the hadith of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So every day before his lesson of hadith, he would have a shower, and there was a person who would gift him one new expensive pair of clothing every day. One person used to gift it to him. So he would give him that, Imam Malik, today you are going to teach the hadith of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Please wear this clothes and teach the hadith. I want you to wear the clothes I gifted to you to propagate the words of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he said, tomorrow you don't need to wear the same clothes. Tomorrow I will gift you another one. So every day there was a person who would gift him a nice expensive jubbar, cloak, robe, with which he used to come and teach the ahadith of Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Imagine. Today, nowadays, never mind gifting it to the Maulana or to the Imam or to the Ustad of Hadith. If a Ustad of Hadith or Imam or somebody is wearing a nice jubba or something, he says, oh, my sab bohara. Where did this guy get it from? Bo what ma? What's it to him? Have you given it to him? Have you given it to him? Why is it troubling you? Why is it irritating you? But that's the reality today. Never mind gifting it, we can't even see what the ulama are wearing today. We can't even see the cars the ulamas are driving today. We can't even see these things. Where is the level of our iman? Allah give us understanding. So Imam Mahdi rahmatullahi came, that Allah blessed him, he says, I have never ever slept where I have not seen Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam in my dream. Allah give us that love. So وَفَاكِهَةٍ مِمَّا يَتَخَيَّرُونَ وَلَحْمِ طَيْرٍ مِمَّا يَشْتَهُونَ, and the meat of birds which they will wish, desire. First of all, in this world, to catch a bird is a mission. You need to go hunting and all these different. In Jannah, you just look at a bird and you imagine, I wouldn't mind this for barbecue today. It will be in front of you, roasted, ready to eat. The minute you think about it, it's already done, roasted, marinated, everything, whatever you need to do, already in front of you, ready to eat. Okay, here, this is what you want, in front of you. Go for it. Can you imagine like this? In this world, you have to look for it, and so many things you have to go through just to. More time to for such a long time I wanted to eat. Today I have finally got my hands on it. Yeah, because this world is, not the place to enjoy ourselves, like I always mentioned. And then Allah continues, Jannah inshallah will continue. وَحُورٌ عِينٌ كَأَمْثَالِ اللُّؤْلُؤِ الْمَكْنُونِ. We'll continue from there tomorrow. Subhanallah, bihamdihi, subhanakallah, wa bihamdihi, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu.